Hello everyone, Tim here, and today I'll be going over how to create a project board for a GitHub project that you have. So the first thing that we're going to need to do if you're at your home screen is you're going to need to click your icon and go down to your repositories. And then once we're in the repositories, we're going to select the repository for where you want to create the issues. So the only location that you can create issues is within the actual repository that you are going to be working on. So for this case, we're going to do tire helper, and we can go to issues, and then we can add an issue. So right now, this is just going to be the title of the overall task. So in this case, we can just do improve index look. And then in here, you can think of this as a checklist of subtasks that need to be completed before the overall task is completed. So this does allow for GitHub Markup. And the way that we can utilize that GitHub Markup is with a dash, space, square brackets. And we do need a space in between these square brackets. And then one more space. And then this will be what our subtask is. So we can just say add background color, and then we can create another subtask here, and let's say add images to card selections. And then lastly, we can do check for proper look. And now once we have this, we have our overall task and our subtasks. So we can go ahead and submit the issue. And now as you can see, we have our overall task and then our subtasks that we could either check as completed or uncheck if they have not been completed. So now that we have an issue for this repository, we can go back to our main profile page. And we're going to go to projects. This is a location where we're actually going to be creating our project board. And then we'll go to new project. And for this, I'm just going to go ahead and call it tasks for tire helper. And you can add description in here if you want. So if you're serving a specific purpose, this is a board for, say, that you're just trying to implement an API. You can go ahead and put that there. But in this case, I'm going to leave it blank since it is optional. And I'm going to be using this throughout the whole entire period that I'm working on my app. The next thing we're going to do is select a template. So the default is no template, but we do want to use a template. Down here, it will give you a description of what each template enables the project board to have. We're going to choose the basic one. So the basic one is going to have that to-do column, in progress, and done column. And then we can either choose to keep it private, so just to us, or public, where anyone who goes to your profile is going to be able to see this. I'll go ahead and make it public. And then lastly, we're going to have to link it to a repository. And the reason why we're going to do that is so that we have access to those issues that we previously created within our repository so that we can drag them over into our project board. So we're going to go and search for tire helper, select that, and we'll go ahead and create the project. So now let's go ahead. This gives us our project board, and it gives us that to do, in progress, and done column. And then this will actually give you a little bit of a description about how to use it, individual things, tasks to complete to learn more about it. But we're just going to go ahead and delete those for right now. All right. And now previously stated, since we did link it, we have access to those issues that we already created within our repository. And if this is not displaying for you, all you have to do is click Add Cards, and then we can see it, and we can drag and drop it. So from this point, we have our to-do. So we can click on it, improve index look. Okay, so say this is a task that I want to start working on. I can go ahead and drag it over to in progress. And then now, if I added background color, but I need to come back to it later and add more, now I see that I have 1 out of 3 tasks completed for this. And then, so if I come back and finish the rest of the tasks, I can go and select all of them and then move it over to done. Now, there is one more way that you can actually create an issue without having to go back to your repository, and I'll show you that right now. So you can go in any of these columns here, and we can just do add note. And when we add a note, we can name it as the overall task. So for this, let's name it create views. And then we'll add that note. And we'll hit cancel for an additional note. So now we have that note, but we want to make it an actual issue. So we're going to click the little options here, and we're going to go to convert to issue. And we're going to have to choose a repository for this issue to reside in. So we're going to choose that tire helper. And then down in here, just like when we originally created that issue, we can add subtasks. So for this, let's say that we want to do create MPG tool view. And then we want to also create mileage. Mileage tool view. Okay, so say that I've already completed one of these things and I don't want to have to just click it right off the bat. All I'm going to have to do is go in here and add an X instead of a space. And when we convert this to an issue, it will already have one of those tasks completed. So then this will function just like a normal issue in here, where we can click on it and view all of our total tasks, and then we can move it over from column to column as we see fit. So that's really the rundown of how to create your issues within your repository, how to create that project board within your account, and then also how to create an issue within your project board itself. If you have any other things that you would like Richard or I to cover, just go ahead and let us know, and we'll try to help you out as much as possible. Thanks for watching.